Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Geno Reynolds and this is WAND Presents The Real Geno. Today we're going to take a look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's foray into the superhero world as he plays the DC sometimes villain, sometimes anti-hero Black Adam. So let's do this.
I was a slave until I died. Then I was reborn a god. My son sacrificed his life to save me. Open fire! War going. Now, I kneel before no one.
After being sealed away thousands of years ago, Teth Adam has been freed into a world that is way different than he remembered. When invaders to his country are attempting to find a relic of unimaginable power, it's up to him to decide who he is supposed to be in this new world. First, I have to say I went into this movie with somewhat low expectations. The DC movie universe hasn't exactly been the greatest group of movies for the most part. Sure, there were some hits, but even more misses. Plus, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Black Adam in the comics. That being said, I wasn't going to let that sway my judgment in any way. We'll start with our title character, Black Adam. While I'm fine with them starting with the anti-hero version of him, they don't totally skip the villain part, somewhat. They do change up how Black Adam got his powers. In the comics, he killed his nephew and stole them from him. This version of the character gets them through a similar but more tragic way. Again, I was okay with this because while I think most comic fans would have rather have seen the character start as a villain, a lot of casual fans probably wouldn't have. Here's the thing, if I'm being honest, I think I was more excited to see the Justice Society than the title character, especially Dr. Fate. For the most part, these characters didn't disappoint. They all were entertaining in their own ways. Some of the interactions, such as some of the running jokes, weren't the greatest, but I was still entertained by all of them overall. Oh, and by the way, Atom Smasher? Yeah, Deadpool wants his mask back. Seriously, I feel like they copied the way it moved and everything from the Merc with a mouth. To no real surprise, Dr. Fate was my favorite part of the movie. Pierce Brosnan was a really great pick for the role even before the movie came out, and he did not disappoint. His interactions with The Rock were usually pretty funny in a dry humor sort of way. That being said, when it was time for him to get serious, he handled those parts great as well. So, do you remember when Warner Brothers said that the DC movies weren't going to be all connected anymore? Yeah, about that. This movie pretty much connects to all of them. Like in Shazam, which this one is directly connected to, all the other superheroes exist in this world. Not only do we get those connections, but this one also connects to all the Suicide Squad movies and shows too. Oh, and before you ask, no, we didn't get the once-in-a-lifetime Cena versus The Rock Part 3. Once-in-a-lifetime... No, we didn't get this yet. Lastly, the best cameo comes in the mid-credit scene. Don't worry, I won't spoil it for you. That would be bad. I meant to say bad. I'm kidding. It's not Batman, but it is pretty cool, and about time if you ask me. So while Black Adam wasn't amazing or a reinvention of the superhero wheel or anything, I still found it pretty entertaining. I know that critics are tearing this one apart, and in some ways I understand, but this one really isn't as bad as they're saying. While not everything lands, the characters are cool and the action is fun. It doesn't really offer anything new that you haven't already seen before, but this one is fine for what it is. If you want to see it, Black Adam is in theaters right now. That's going to be it for this edition of WAND Presents The Real Geno. As always, I am your host, The Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. Till next time.